call to the family of a killed Navy SEAL. As we all know, this weekend the Chief Petty Officer William Ryan Owens, the Navy SEAL, was killed in Yemen. He was part of a team that was carrying out a raid against al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, which successfully killed 14 members of the group, including 3 senior leaders. The group also succeeded to recover very useful intelligence data. The raid in Yemen began at 2 a.m. local time, according to the San Diego Union-Tribune. There were also 4 other injured Navy SEALs. Owens started serving back in 1998 in naval intelligence. Then he attended basic and advanced SEAL training in Coronado. According to his friend Cody Jackson, Owens dreamed of becoming a SEAL ever since his freshman year of high school. The family of Owens, 36, consisted of his wife, father and 3 children, got a phone call from no other but President Trump, who offered his most sincere condolences, according to White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer. It is notable that Owens was the first service member killed in action since Trump became the commander-in-chief. He died of the wounds he got during the 2-hour gunfight. This Sunday, President Trump came out with a statement about Owens's death, saying, "Americans are saddened this morning with news that a life of a heroic service member has been taken in our fight against the evil of radical Islamic terrorism. My deepest thought and humblest prayers are with the family of this fallen service member." One day later, on Monday, Defense Secretary James Mattis made a statement today saying, "Ryan gave his full measure for our nation, and in performing his duty he upheld the noblest standard of military service. The United States would not long exist were if not for the selfless commitment of such warriors." Share your thoughts. Breaking. The Supreme Court Justice was chosen by Donald Trump. This is excellent. We have been waiting for months, but the waiting has paid off. President Donald Trump made one of the biggest steps of his presidency for now. Antonin Scalia was replaced as Supreme Court Justice of the United States, by no other than Neil Gorsuch. All Americans can agree that Gorsuch is maybe the best pick for this position for various reasons, being on the top of his graduating class at Harvard Law School and all that. He suits perfectly. Some of the many great things about him are: he supports religious freedoms. Does not believe that the court should make the laws. He is a strong proponent of states' rights and interstate commerce. He is a social conservative. He was the only judge to be elected unanimously by Congress when George W. Bush nominated him for the United States Court of Appeals. President Trump's surprises us pleasant again and again in such a short time of his presidency. He chose the most qualified and dedicated man there can be. Now the senators need to be reasonable and vote positively for the sake of our country. Share this wonderful news. Jake Tapper asked one stunning question to enraged liberals. Check this out. Jake Tapper asked one stunning question to enraged liberals. Check this out. January 30, 2017. The Political Tribune. 0. Jake Tapper from CNN made an interview with the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, with the subject being the temporary ban of the 7 countries with Muslim majorities made by President Donald Trump. Tapper asked him a lot of great questions, but one was crucial. How does Trump's ban differs from the one made by Obama back in 2011 when he stopped immigration from Iraq for 6 months straight due to terrorists infiltrating in the groups that were migrating in USA? In 2013, ABC News reported, the State Department stopped processing Iraq refugees for 6 months in 2011, federal officials told ABC News, even for many who had heroically helped U.S. forces as interpreters and intelligence assets. Carter stopped the entering in the United States from all Iranians unless they were opposing the Shia Islamist regime, and also was requiring a registry of all Iraqi students. Thousands of Iraqi students with student visas had to report to the U.S. immigration officials for less than 1 month or they will get deported back where they came from. He also rejected all other visas from Iraq. And again, no media coverage or democratic feedback for this issue. Mayor de Blasio falsely claimed that the ban applied to legal residents, which was denied by DHS head John Kelly, saying the opposite. He also lied about there being exceptions for Christians, opposite of what the order says. It is stated that there is exception for those who are religiously persecuted, and not stating anywhere about Christians. The term religiously persecuted can be applied to Christians and all the other religions. Over 10,000 admitted in the United States, only 56 were Christians, while the remaining being Sunni Muslims. The funny thing is, not even one of them was religiously persecuted. Share your thoughts about this matter. Donald Trump calls Justin Trudeau after the deadly. After finding out about the attack on a mosque in Quebec City, Canada this weekend, President Donald Trump called Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau with condolences for the victims, also offering assistance. The Prime Minister's cabinet came out with a statement which says President Trump expressed his condolences to the Prime Minister and the people of Canada following the tragic shooting at the Centre Culturel Islamique de Quebec. The President also offered any assistance as needed. The epilogue of the attack, which happened last Sunday, was 6 victims and 8 wounded people. Share your thoughts about this. Sally Yates gets replaced as acting Attorney General. We get a new Immigration Enforcement Director too. As we all know, acting Attorney General Sally Yates refused to defend President Trump's executive order on immigration in court. His instant response was getting her fired. President Trump announced this on his Facebook profile. He wrote this: "The acting Attorney General Sally Yates has betrayed the Department of Justice by refusing to enforce a legal order designed to protect the citizens of the United States. This order was approved as to form and legality by the Department of Justice Office of Legal Counsel. Ms. Yates is an Obama administration appointee who is weak on borders and very weak on illegal immigration. It is time to get serious about protecting our country. Calling for tougher vetting for individuals traveling from 7 dangerous places is not extreme. It is reasonable and necessary to protect our country." Shortly after he dismissed Yates from function, he also fired Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director Daniel Ragsdale, appointing Thomas Human for a new director. Yates' replacement was set to be the federal prosecutor Dana Boente. She took a pledge, saying, "I honored to serve President Trump in this role until Senator Sessions is confirmed. I will defend and enforce the laws of our country, to ensure that our people and our nation are protected." This happened at 9 p.m. while Yates got her dismissal letter at about 9 p.m. Yates wrote a letter which contained her arguments telling the DOJ employees to stand against Trump's executive order for banning the visas of people of the 7 countries that Trump considers risky, saying that she was convinced that the executive order is not lawful. Trump's ban received mixed feedback from all across the United States, provoking controversy and reactions from all over the world. Boente now needs to wait for her stepping in office to be confirmed by the Senate. Trump says that Democrats are unfairly delaying his nominees. Will Boente fit her new role? Share your thoughts about this. Breaking. Trump's newest executive order will bring huge results to the American economy. As President Trump stepped in office, he immediately started to act like he promised in his campaign. It's a rare sight to see a politician to make the biggest promises in the campaign coming true only 10 days after stepping in office. Knowing how the liberals think and act, we can now expect thousands of people rioting in the streets right after Trump made one of his biggest decisions as a president. Illegal immigrants heard what Trump was saying during his campaign, but no one took him seriously, and now when he got down to action they all lose their minds after the executive order of banning them if they came from the 7 countries that Trump considers dangerous. The latest executive order is about cracking down the H-1B visa, a visa program that was made so that American companies can employ foreigners and pay them a smaller price than they would have to pay the American people. This was justified with the argument of cutting labor cost by employing less paid people. No one until now had problem with that, until there came a head of the White House that actually know how business functions. Mr. Trump's policy is all about creating jobs for the American people and making the immigration policies serve the U.S. national interest only. The lefties don't agree with this as usual, but we expect to see their reactions when they feel the benefit of having better conditions for finding a job and getting paid more. The 1,000 empty places of immigrants being left without a job will be filled by Americans who want to work and dedicate to their career. Is this a good move from President Trump? Share your opinion. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi embracing Andre Carson to point out that liberals started to act after President Trump's immigration executive order. They are gathered in front of the Supreme Court making a fuss about it. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is encouraging Representative Andre Carson to point out his religion. He is a Muslim. It's funny how the liberals take advantage of the religious feelings of the people to score political points, demonizing President Trump in any view. H.T. Breitbart